Hello everyone, I am Meroona Gopang and I am presenting this final project with my partner Yuan Yang for our data visualization class. Our project is titled Visualizing Cognitive Aging, Intersections of Socioeconomic Status, Health and Cognition in HRS. Aging is becoming one of the most urgent public health challenges in the United States. As people age and they are living longer, they face financial insecurity, chronic health conditions, and cognitive decline. These challenges often do not exist in isolation. They interact in complex ways that are hard to study without strong data and visualization tools. That's where our project comes in. We use data from Health and Retirement Study, a large nationally representative longitudinal study that has been following US adults aging 51 and over since 1992. We focused specifically on wave 3 to 13, allowing us to examine how individuals' socioeconomic status, wealth, and health evolve as they age and transition into retirement. Our main research objectives were two. First, how do SES, wealth, and comorbidities interact with cognitive functioning in older adults? Two, how do these relationships change over the time, especially during the transition into retirement? To explore this, we used several visualization techniques combining Python and D3 to create both static and interactive dashboards, which includes staked bar charts to show the demographic structures, line plots to track how variables like cognitive functions and health outcome change over the time, parallel coordinates to view multiple variables at once and identify profiles of high and low cognitive resilience, scatter plots, and dimensionality reduction techniques, including PCA and MCA. And finally, the K means clustering to identify meaningful groups. I will now hand over to my partner Yuan Yang to walk you over the interactive dashboard. Over to you, Yuan.
Thank you, Meroona. This is Yuan. I will show you how to play with this dashboard. So first plot is our stacked bar plot to show all of the interested demographic variables. And as you can see, as the mouse hover over, it will show the name of the category and the percentage number of the category. And that's it. And you can select one of them to filter the data, and that will automatically apply to the rest of the plots except this k-means. K-means is calculated from the Python, so this is fixed. And you can click here to reset or the title, and you can select multiple categories combination to examine the rest of the plot. And the second is the line plot to show the time trend for certain variables. And we have 4 categories of variables interested: cognition, comorbidity, the wealth, and the lifestyle. And you can also select the individual or the average. Within the individual, you can select whether they are bottom 25% or the upper 50 to 75%. And the third is the scatter plot for the 2 variables, and or the bar plot or the histogram plot for 1 variables, depends on the categorical or numeric variables you choose. And the fourth is the biplot from PC results for numeric variables and MC plots for categorical variables. You can select different variables from this menu, and it will tell you which variables are similar to each other. For example, here, the pre-selected variables check-ins, they are pretty similar with each other from wave 10 to wave 13. So probably you can safely merge them together. And the final interesting plot is the parallel coordinates plot. So you can select different variables you are interested here and drag the axis to reorder them. So for example, I can drag education closer to the total cognition. So I can examine whether high educated people tends to have higher cognition or not. So from here, we can clearly see that's the case. Higher educated people tends to have a higher range of cognition, and lower educated people has lower age of education. And another interesting trend you can find is that people who have higher objective cognition also correctly identify their memory to excellent. So people's tuition is correct here. And finally, you can select the cluster number to color the scatter plot and the PCP plot. And I will briefly introduce the one interesting results we identified, which is rich people tend to depress less compared to the low socioeconomic status people. And this trend will diminish as people old. We can see from the waves a little bit, but more clear waves, more clear trend can be seen from the filter. So if I filter for the older people, you can see there's no big differences among them. And if I filter the younger people, not much. Maybe because the wave, they do not have much observation. They tend to have more dots on the low socioeconomic status group. So that's how this dashboard can be useful to help researcher to identify the potential interesting question from the HRS data. Thanks for your watching.